We all know the problems that the Lakers have. We all know that we're looking at this iteration of the Lakers. They're not good enough to compete for a championship. Hell, they know. You heard the comments that LeBron James said when they was talking about comparing the Lakers to the Milwaukee Bucks. After the Milwaukee Bucks beat them by like damn near 30, they said we're not on that level. This is a championship team that you just played, and you're saying we're not on that level. The Lakers, and that's completely honest. The Lakers are not good enough to compete for a championship. They don't play good enough defense. Their stars outside of LeBron James have not been consistent. Talking about Anthony Davis, talking about Russell Westbrook. Their role players outside of Malik Monk and Stanley Johnson have not, and Stanley Johnson that just picked off the street, by the way, have not been consistent. Nobody has been consistent for this team outside of LeBron James. You know that, and it hasn't been working. Russell Westbrook has not been, which we all pretty much saw this coming. Russell Westbrook it hasn't been working. The relationship between him and the Lakers, him and LeBron James, not saying that they're beefing or anything, but LeBron James' play style does not coincide with Russell Westbrook's play style. So you knew that you just needed, and not to mention, he has a huge contract that is hard to move and a player option. So more than likely, we will see this next year. Anthony Davis has been inconsistent as well due to injury, which, surprise, surprise. So you have all this on the table, and you know you need to make a trade. Now, I know it's tough, man, when you have, not Clint Capella. We have Kent Bazemore, who ain't done nothing this year. Taylor Horton-Tucker, which you had, I said this on Twitter, man. They could have had DeMar DeRozan. They could have had Kyle Lowry. They could have had Buddy Hield. And they did not. They don't have them because they were so married to Russell Westbrook and Taylor Horton-Tucker, two people that they tried desperately to trade at the trade deadline, and nobody wanted because they have literally played their draft stock to the floor. But you have to make a trade, whether that's trade Russell Westbrook, which of course you're going to lose the trade, but you're going to win in totality because you're getting Westbrook off the team. But trade Russell Westbrook for John Wall, maybe. Trade Russell Westbrook for a bunch of role players. Or just do something. You did nothing to improve a team. A team, by the way, that not only is under 500, but drastically underachieving. With a LeBron James who's having one of his best seasons at his old age that he is, having one of the best seasons of his career, and you do nothing. And they talking about we're going to monitor the buyout market. Okay. Do you know who hits the buyout market? Now, let me say this. The buyout market, it is an important market to hit. And there have been players that have been bought out that have swayed teams and been huge pieces for championship teams. But who do you think is going to hit the buyout market? Maybe Gordon Dragic, maybe Paul Millsap. Not too many big players are going to hit the buyout market. So what in the hell are you going to do? What is the buyout market, at least this year's buyout market, going to help for the Lakers? What player can they get that you think is going to hit the buyout market? I'll wait. It's horrible, man. It's bad. The Lakers are not a good team. They have LeBron James, who's having, again, one of his best seasons, at least offensively. You have Anthony Davis, who was supposed to take the keys to this car, and he's just, hold on, I don't know yet. No, I don't know. Injuries. And then you have Russell Westbrook playing like Russell Westbrook. And everyone's like, he hasn't changed. Bro, I know a lot of people don't listen to the podcast. I get that, and I know that I'm not, nationally. I'm not a national name, but it's not just me that said this. Yo, you've been doing something the same for 15 years. You think year 16 is the time you're going to be like, oh, you know what? It's time to change. Not to mention, in that 15, 16 years, it has brought you minimal success. I mean, you've been crowned the triple-double king. You have the most triple-doubles in NBA history. It got you an MVP. What makes you think that, hell, even Russell Westbrook said it, I'm pretty much solidified in this league. So why do you think he thinks that this is the time that he needs to change? Even though it is, what makes you think he would believe it? Because how he's played has got him to where he is. And where he is an NBA 75 player, first ballot Hall of Famer, former MVP, triple-double king. Like, you can't expect a player that has seen success the way he's played for years to then go on a team when everyone knows he needs to change. He probably knows he needs to change, but he also knows, wait, how I played has got me here, so why change? You know what I'm saying? You can't expect that. So I just feel the Lakers needed to do something. They needed to get West. And this is not an indictment. This is an indictment on Russell Westbrook because he's been horrible this year. They needed to get off of Russell Westbrook. They needed to make a move, and they didn't do that. And now they're sitting here like, all right, what's next? We'll just wait for the buyout market. No. You're wasting. This is a wasted LeBron James year, a good LeBron James year, and that's the worst part about it.